Yo, it's your
That
boy.
was soulful. That was soulful.
That was
What
man
up?
soulful.
It was, yo. I didn't even know I had that in there. What up, people? It's Off the Record Podcast, man. We back live again. Just wanted to chat with y'all about the Super Bowl halftime show. We three-fourths again. I think Alex is eating a cookie. It is Valentine's Day. So he eating some kind of cookie. Some kind of cookie. But yeah, he'll be back with us soon. Quan, what up, B?
What up? What up? What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. I'm gonna give everybody a nice, beautiful OTR love day. Shout out to everybody. Hope all y'all doing well. All the subscribers, all the YouTube verse, everybody out there. Hope everybody's well.
Yeah, Quan, a couple of them was coming at your neck on the last joint, yo. On the comments.
Yeah.
You gotta go back and read the comments, B. You know what I'm saying? A couple of them. Couple. But no, we
No problem.
appreciate
It's
we
all right.
appreciate everybody that watched the last episode. If you haven't seen it, check it out. B, what it do?
Yo, feeling good, feeling great. How are
Word.
you?
How y'all V-Day been so far?
It's been great, man.
It's
It's
been
been a
great,
blessing.
man.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I'm
How about
sipping a
yours?
little Love Day potion. Let me
Yes,
get
I
a
got
sip
I
real
got a
quick.
little left over from our celebration on Saturday, yeah.
Okay. All right. On Saturday, it was a.
We might have to touch on that too. You got the picture?
And I don't have it loaded up, but we
They got us like shit, yo.
yeah, we're gonna I think
we
we're gonna
definitely
have
call
to
it slipping.
we gonna have to
Definitely
do
call it
that.
slipping.
We're gonna have to get that one on a separate tip. But yo,
For sure.
did y'all see the halftime show of the Super Bowl last
Of
night?
course.
Absolutely.
course.
Absolutely.
The joint was fire, star-studded lineup. You got Dr. Dre, you got Eminem, you got K.Dot, got Mary J, got Snoop, got 50 Cent. Joint was lit, man. Lit. So we here to talk about it, man. Like some are saying it's the best ever. You know what I'm saying? What y'all think? Is the best halftime show y'all ever seen?
You know what it's like? So it's like the Avengers. Which movie are you gonna pick? That's gonna be the best one. You got the Avengers right there. You mean you got your Iron Man, you got your Hulk,
Endgame.
you got your Hawkeye. You know,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean you
Oh,
got
which Avenger?
you got heavy hitters right there. Like I said, Dr. Dre, Snoop, Eminem, Kendrick. You got Mary J with the Black woman power like that. I mean, and you got it in the West Coast too. Me
Yeah.
personally, I feel like as far as I think it transcended as far as what you see normally with the whole halftime special, the whole show. This was the first show halftime Super Bowl to where you actually saw it was straight hip hop, and it was West Coast. It was straight in the West. Of course, you had Mary J. Blige, you had 50 Cent, representing the East Coast, but it was in the West. Everything was in the West. The Super Bowl was West Coast. All that money they spent, everything they put in to, for the Rams going into the Super Bowl. There's no way you can go out there and have a halftime special, and not to knock all the other ones that have came along in the past, and that have put a particular notch on who's to say what comes before the particular greatest halftime special, but that by far, as far as hip hop, hands down. You had straight heavy hitters in the game. They came out, they represented, and I mean, there's nothing you can say from that. You can't go out there in the West and have the Katy Perrys, you know what I mean, and the weekends, and it's a total different movement. And you had Jay putting that together too. So
Yeah,
Well,
man.
didn't Prince perform one time? You think that it was better than that one too?
So Prince and then Michael Jackson performed at a halftime before too, right?
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I think Mike did one a long time ago, if I'm not mistaken. But
He might have.
I seen a lot of people throwing that one out there, like, yo, I understand you caught up in the moment, but we gonna act like, we know Mike when he performed at the Super Bowl. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. As far as I remember, right, it was probably the best one I've seen. You know what I mean? And just from, I think everything you said, Quan, is absolutely correct. It was in LA, regardless of the Rams made it or not. Like it's LA, so you had to make it a LA type deal. And like, who's more LA than Snoop? And then who's more LA than Dr. Dre? You know what I'm saying? So you had to. I feel like it was the perfect combination. I mean, 50 is no like even though 50 is an East Coast dude, like he was signed to Dre, so it's like it made sense for him to be a part of it. Mary J, I mean, she not West Coast, but I mean, like we all
She
know
deserved to
Mary
be on
J.
that stage more than anybody else, other than probably
Yeah.
Snoop and Dre himself.
Facts. So B, like, what you think about it? The best joint you seen that you can remember?
I guess. I'll say yeah because I typically don't even watch the halftime show, but that one was dope. Um, I don't, man. I be doing something else, drinking something. But I I particularly loved it when y'all know my boy was on there, Anderson Paak.
Pop.
He
That's
was
another thing. Yeah, Pop.
yo, he came up there. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's when I really got into it. I thought my favorite part of the show was Mary and Kendrick's part. Um, 50's part was like, yo, why are you upside down? Um, and Snoop just did his thing. Like, yeah, look.
Dave on. What up, B?
Oh,
Yeah.
what's up? Yes, niggas be
on,
trying to
peace.
say Snoop can't rap and all this and that. Snoop came out, did his thing as usual.
Yeah. I mean, who if you saying Snoop can't rap, then
Man, look,
you need to get
Snoop
your head
came
checked.
out the way he performed. I mean, I honestly think that was one of his best performances. The way he came out was like he straight owned the West. I mean, just the way he came out, the way he ripped it, the way he was, I mean, with the lyrics, the way he was going hard, man. Like he knew what it was, and he like you said, he had LA, he had the West Coast backing him, he had Dre, he had everybody backing him, and you could tell it felt like from something they started back that was in like the 80s or 90s for them now to come out in 2022 and for him and Dr. Dre to be performing together, man, that's magic right there. That's something that you started when over 20 years.
Yeah.
That's longevity.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's
Like,
longevity.
Listen,
A lot of the younger cats though online I seen today was kind of hating on it. They was like, yo, this is for people who are like 30, 40 and up.
yeah. I seen a lot of that. But I wanted to point out Davon's comment. He says the best show I see thus far on got all the white folks cripping in the office this morning. And that's a fact. I actually tweeted that last night. Like, yo, white folks all across the land, they was crip walking last night or the day.
white folks, the grandmothers, they were crip walking too.
Shit,
Yeah.
Mary was
Mary
looking good, boy.
She did look good, but she did look a little gassed out there. And it only played into the way she just fell out at the end of her set. Like she just laid on the floor. Like
When she screamed, when she had that loud scream, that's probably what got her gassed, yo. She fell out. I was like,
Mary
damn,
was hype.
Mary, she gave it everything she got on that one.
You see the meme about Mary where it said she was laid out, and it said that's how Shorty be laying when she be waiting on Bay to bring the warm rag.
I seen a meme that said me at the round 5 with my vibrator or something like that.
But that damn rose.
Yeah. Whoa, look who's in the house.
Hey.
I see
What's
the
up, man?
upgrades. Yeah, man.
Take.
Listen, we trying to be like lunch break hot take with the upgrades.
We trying to be like y'all, man.
We trying to do it. So, thanks for the blueprint, man. Shout out to the lunch break hot take, man. Listen, everybody in this room right now is already subscribed over there. But to the people that'll see this afterwards, check those brothers out. They doing their thing.
Please do.
Sure.
Please do.
Listen, this is all of their team in here, man. Like Kimberly Harmon. Hey, Kimberly. Listen, Kimberly supports us too. Thanks to Lunch Break Hot Take. She's one of their loyal listeners. So, but yeah, man, like, hey guys, best show ever. Grew up with Snoop Dogg and Dr. Oh, okay. That's dope.
Okay. Wow.
That's super dope.
That's amazing. That's That's what I'm saying. Okay, to actually see that, for actually to come back, like you said, you grew up in high school with them, for them to actually start that, and for them, like I said, to come back 20 plus years and to actually rock the West Coast, to rock and represent the West, and represent LA, everybody that comes from LA and the whole culture, to see something like that, I know that's monumental, not only for you, but for everybody else that actually went to the high school and represents that whole county and that whole state.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't
But what
listen.
what about M's part? Because we ain't nobody mentioned Eminem
Right,
yet.
so I got you. So I'm
As if
about to
he's
get
like the
no,
the
no.
long lost.
I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. I was just
Okay,
gonna say
okay.
like I'm sitting here trying to think of another halftime show that I thought could step to this, and I really can't. I mean, it's easy to get caught in the moment, right? Because the last one we seen is the newest one, is the freshest one, and it was dope. But I mean, all things considered, like I mean,
Yeah, it was just laid out perfectly, man. The
yeah, it,
claps, all that
yeah.
shit. It was
I
like a
mean,
party. A big
yeah,
ass house party.
that exactly. But listen, man, let's get let's get to some of the acts, right? And I want to start with 50 Cent. Okay, now 50 started his set like this, like he was like he was in the video, right? Now 50 caught a lot of flack because obviously 50 is not the same size as 50 was when he actually created the song in the video. So, although the set was dope, he's catching a lot of flack, and this is one that came with it. So, man, I mean, what do y'all have to say about what they're saying about 50? And he's been, all things considered, he's been a good sport. He actually posted this picture on his Instagram saying, who the hell did this?" But um, what do y'all think about the flag when he's catching, man? I mean, people expect him to look the same way he looked 10, 15 years ago. I mean, how long ago was that song come out? That was even longer than that.
No, I think people just didn't expect to see him hanging upside down. Like you did that 20 years ago. Look, I forgot that he did that in the video. When I first saw it, I was like, why is this nigga upside down? Like, and you can see like all of his weight shifting from his stomach all up into his neck. Like he was like, yo, he had to be lip syncing, yo, because he looked like he couldn't breathe, yo.
Yeah. I mean, I get they was trying to reenact, the video.
Yeah,
That
but
and listen, I'm gonna give him props for being able to hang upside down at his current size. That ain't easy. Now I don't know how long he was up there, but to hang up there for as long as he did, and then get down from there and not make a fool of himself. I mean, he needs some props for that.
he
Yeah, I
obviously, I
mean,
guess he's in
the
good
meme
enough
was
shape.
funny, and like I said, you got to be a good sport about it and take it for what it is, take it for what it was. There was a little bit weird with the hanging upside down part, and I don't know why they told him to put the G unit T on or whatever
Oh
the
yeah,
white beater.
you had to.
You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, the
tank was
tank top was
definitely
definitely
snug
snug.
on.
I don't know why they
Yeah.
told him to put that on. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I mean, yeah, he did what he did what he came to do, the rap and everything. Like I said, and I remember back in the day when you on the playground and flipping upside down. The blood rushes to your head. So
He's about to pass
to
out.
flip back up and to do, you know what I mean, to do a nice quick 14, like that may be hard. So I mean,
That's what I'm saying, yo. That's the props I give him. They hang upside down to that size. Now, I agree with this. The tank was definitely snug on him. Like he probably could have got one that was actually his size. I mean, it looked like the same exact one he wore 20 years ago. So that's probably the problem. But I mean, hey, good performance nonetheless. I give him props for hanging up there, not busting his ass when he got down, and putting on a good set. Davon says, I'm cool with saying this is the best I've seen thus far. Shout out to Jay. Yeah. I mean, that's
He
true.
was catching a lot of flack. Now,
Yeah. Yeah. He signed
months
that
and
deal
years
with the
later.
NFL. Yeah. He signed that deal with the NFL, and everybody was saying, he sold out. He ain't do nothing with it. I mean, I guess we were expecting I don't know, J
We were
two.
expecting the NFL to lead the civil rights movement. That's what we were expecting.
There you go. And
Mhm.
all along, it was a deal that he signed from the entertainment side. Now, for him to be a part of the first hip hop led halftime show, I mean, that says something. I think his job well done on his part. You know what I mean? And if it's anybody I want to put on a show and make sure the show fits, is him. He knew what it was. Yo, we in Cali. I gotta have Dre and Snoop on this, or it ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
yeah, I say shout
I
out to
I
Jay.
still don't know understand what the next step. Like, it's a great form of entertainment, and it's
Mhm.
a great way to get, um, increase, I don't know, black revenue, whatever you want to call it. But like, it's entertainment. Like,
Yeah,
and I think that's the part people are being critical of. But again, like, it's the NFL. Like, we can't expect the NFL to lead a civil rights movement. I think people are expecting a little bit more than just halftime shows. We saw this coming, but at the same time, we knew they was going to be dope. So I would like to see if there's more to the long term plan other than just dope ass halftime shows. I'd like to see that, because I got the impression that when Jay signed the deal, that there was going to be something maybe towards that the NFL was going to do. I guess just putting, in racism at the end of each end zone in a dope ass halftime is all we're going to get out of it, and that's fine. I really didn't it really realistically didn't expect more, but it kind of seemed like Jay was trying to take this somewhere, and if he still is, I just haven't seen where that somewhere is other than a dope ass halftime show. So I don't know. I
I
like to see
mean,
what's
That's
coming.
well said. That's well spoken.
taking it for what it is, right? And we stick to what he does well, which is entertainment. Um, I think one of the goals was to get our entertainers front and center on that platform, and he did that. Now, I agree with you. Like, I would hope he would use his star power in other ways, and I think the idea initially was people was thinking, okay, this is his way to get in and possibly lead to some type of black ownership in the NFL, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's yet to come. I think
Mm-hmm.
Byron.
Mm-hmm.
There's talks that Byron Allen is trying to buy the Broncos. Um, so hopefully we do see it sooner than later. But keeping that entertainment, he's doing his job,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like you
Absolutely.
said before, it's a kick.
Absolutely.
It's a kick in the door
But
type
let
of
me let me ask you
situation.
let me ask you this. I don't mean to cut you off. Do we really need, for like hip hop and like just anything culture wise? Do we really need the NFL stage? Did we need that stage? You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
I
Do
think
we
part
do
of
we
it is.
need to
I mean, I don't
put an
think you.
emphasis on seeing more black entertainers at halftime in
Yeah,
the NFL?
yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, the NFL is made of what 75 to 80% of the players are black. So I mean, they marginalize off of hip hop. You know, um, black kid, kids from the inner city to the suburbs to whatever, who, to a black or not even black, what I'm saying, Hispanic, white, what I'm saying, whatever race, like they want to go to the NFL. So the NFL makes billions of dollars off of hip hop,
Yeah.
off of black people. So at the same time, it's like I said, like when you have particular shows that that have like Katy Perry's or um uh, I don't know. Okay, if you have J Lo in a sense, right?
Maroon 5.
You know, on that particular headline, right? And if she's like the star, but you're making millions and billions of dollars off of hip hop, but you don't have like anybody representing hip hop the right way. Well, yeah, that is an issue because it's an image. You know what I mean? It's an image or it's a presentation type of situation to where people are looking at that. And image does matter. You know what I'm saying? The physical part of that. So to a sense, to some degree, it does matter. You making all that money off of off of hip hop, so you also got to have people on the stage that are going to present hip hop in that light. And like I said, that's going to present it the right way. If it's going to be on the West Coast, if it's going to be on the East Coast, or whatever, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and it never hurts to have that type of stage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
that's a humongous
that type
platform.
of platform that it doesn't get any bigger than that Super Bowl Sunday. Everybody in the world's watching. Um, I don't think do we need it. I don't know. That's a good question, but I don't think it hurts to be front and center like that, especially having our hip hop, our R&B like legends. You know what I'm saying? Like Quan said, this wasn't some pop stars within hip hop. This was our like these are our Mount Rushmore cats. You know what I mean? So that part of it doesn't hurt. I don't think it hurts at all. But good question. Good question. But yo, let's so who else performed? Who y'all want to go to next? Kendrick?
We can go to Kendrick. We can go to M.
All right, let's go to
Uh,
Kendrick. Let's go to Kendrick. Let's go to Kendrick. Kendrick, in my opinion, I think had the best set. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I was glad that he did. We gonna be all right. Um, which was dope. It's good to always see K.Dot. He be hiding. It seemed like nobody sees him that much. Not much music from him, but one thing about him when he's on these type of platforms, I think he performed at one of the major award shows not that long ago or a couple years back or whatever. But he did, he takes advantage of that stage. I will say that, and performing some of his more powerful records. So, my opinion, Kendrick had the best set. What say you?
okay. So
I don't disagree.
yeah, I don't disagree.
I
My
don't
opinion on
disagree.
that is, so just like Peachy was saying earlier, Brandon was saying earlier, like when it comes to particular comments that people have been saying about like the older rappers, like I'll even go ahead and say it, like on the record, off the record. I mean, me personally, it's my opinion. Out of all the young, all the young inspiring rappers that are coming up, I think he's the god out of all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the one, honestly. And so to have him on that whole setting, to like for Jigga to understand, like, yo, I gotta have Kendrick Lamar on here, like to represent it, the West, and to represent like all of hip hop. Because honestly, like I don't see anybody, that's in the young game that's touching him, like really.
I don't
So
even think the youngest look at him as an OG though. Kendrick been in the game for a minute.
for a
Hey,
minute,
he young to us.
yeah. So I'm saying he a young, yeah, he
He
young
a
to us.
youngin' to us.
Um, but like I mean, like I think like as far as the other generation, the younger, I think
Yeah.
like he's their Jigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm,
so
that's interesting.
yeah,
Either him or actually, I might have to argue with you on that one. I think it's probably Drake. Drake is their Jigga.
Yeah, I would say that. I would say that. I don't think these young cats understand what a what a jigger was. Or I don't know. I ain't gonna say that. I don't think these young cats understand, um, or truly appreciate K.Dot. Like I've seen it was a lot of shade on the internet about K.Dot and he's trash and he's that. Like these cats don't really
Nah.
appreciate what this dude, brings to the table. So I would agree with Brandon. I would say Drake is probably their jigger. I would say that. K.Dot is probably there.
that Nas.
Maybe, maybe.
I don't know. Like how
Oh,
old is
not
Kendrick?
like middle Nas, not Illmatic Nas, but like I don't know, yo. They don't appreciate K.Dot
Yeah,
like they should.
I don't see why cats don't appreciate him. Like,
I don't know. I mean, I think he go over their head a little bit sometimes, but nonetheless, you know, I think he's dope. Like I said, I saw a lot of slander online. I don't get it. People like him and J. Cole catch a lot of you know, they are as our good buddy Dawood would say, 40-degree days, right? Like not
40
too
degree day.
cold, but not too warm, right? You know what I mean? And I don't, and I think that's because they aren't the type that's gonna be, um, they not gonna be on this mumble rap, shit. Like they spitting. You know what I'm saying? And these young cats ain't about spitters all the time. Or what they call spitters is completely different than what we call spitters. I'll say that.
Well, I will say that. Well, this is a little leftist, but not too left. I consider debate Da Baby,
The baby.
Da Baby. I consider him a young cat, and that shit that's been viral that he spit, that freestyle that he spit or whatever. Other than talking about the same cliche shit, I was actually pretty impressed.
Yeah.
I was too.
I mean,
I was too.
I think cats can rap. I mean, you got cats that can rap, but it's just
It's
just
not
the
what.
content they put
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
It's not. I'm
It's
not
not.
really vibing with it.
It's not what's making the money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it was
Right.
funny that freestyle came out because the day before I told Quan like yo, the baby can spit when he wants to. And Quan was like, I never heard it. And I was like, yo, like I heard him spit before and he kind of sound like Tip. And lo and behold, that freestyle came out the next day and I sent it to Quan like, yo, I told you, yo. And Quan was like, yeah, okay, yeah. He can spit.
That's
Yeah,
actually a good comparison right there to Tip.
Yeah, like if you listen to his voice and his cadence, yo, he sounds like Tip.
You sound just like how Tip sound when he was coming out.
Yeah, when he was coming up.
Yeah.
So,
I never even put that together, but now I can hear.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Yeah, but I don't think they appreciate it like we do. But whatever. They ain't gonna disagree with us.
I don't think cats appreciate Eminem like they like the same way.
But
let's talk about his performance.
Okay, so let's go to Eminem, right? Let's go to Eminem. So you bring up an interesting point. People don't appreciate Eminem like they should. I never was.
He can spit.
He could spit. I got
none of his albums, but he can rap his ass off.
I never had any of his albums. I wasn't a big Eminem fan. I didn't dislike him, but he wasn't like
you didn't relate to him.
And I just, he just didn't do it for me musically. But I never took away from him being the spitter. But so I don't know if that means I don't truly appreciate him because I wasn't a fan. Because I know a lot of people love his music, but to me,
when you initially mentioned all the people who are on stage at halftime, you didn't mention Eminem.
I didn't.
No,
that's it. That's my fault. But I'm saying, like, so Eminem is the 40-50 degree day to me. And that's no shade. Like he's dope. You know what I'm saying? He just didn't do it for me. But his performance was dope. But I think where he, where he made his mark in that performance was this. He took a knee. And it kind of sent social media into a semi firestorm because some people thought that he was taking a knee because Dre was playing what's the Tupac song he was playing on the piano? Yeah. So he was playing that. So people took it like, oh, maybe he was kneeling as a, salute to Tupac. But then he stayed down as Dre kept playing. Now, first of all, let me jump in here. First of all, who knew Dre could play the piano like that? Because I damn sure
know
did.
I was impressed by that.
I was shocked that
he jumped on it. He was like, "Yo, let me handle this, yo. Let me do this the way that it needs to be done." And the way he just started playing, like,
yeah,
I didn't know, but I wasn't shocked. Come on, yo, he's a producer. This mother lives in the studio. He lives around instruments.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But
so you gonna pick that up because there's some things that you might want done that nobody you might not be able to. Well, there might be a thought or an idea in your head that only you can get out. You gotta learn how to do that shit.
Yeah, that's true. But back to M. So M took a knee. Now the word is, or it broke last night afterwards, that the NFL, they ran it past the NFL. The NFL told him no, not to do it, and he still did it. Now, the NFL released a statement today saying they knew it was going to happen, and that they never told him not to do it. So I don't know which one.
Be a story. They don't want it to be a story.
I don't know which one you want to believe, and I don't care. I don't trust the NFL, so I'm gonna go with the first one. But what do you guys think about him taking a knee in that moment? And I'm gonna take it one step further. What do you think about him taking a knee, a white man, versus all of the black folks that was on the stage?
Okay, so
Does it take away from the meaning of it? Now, if that would have been Snoop or Dr. Dre who took the knee, would it have meant more? Would it have been more of a headline today than it is? Like, I mean, it's a headline, but it ain't a huge headline.
yeah, I mean, I think he took a knee because he understands the situation. For one, um, I think he. This is my opinion. I think he took a knee to pay homage, and then for also, I mean, in his situation, to where he is today, he I mean, black people has catapulted him in hip hop. Now, not to take anything away from his abilities of being a great hip hop artist, but that's I mean, there's no denying that. Like he wouldn't be where he is today if it wasn't for Dr. Dre, if he wasn't for black people within itself, like letting people know that he was one of the dopest MCs that this world has seen. Um, So, and ultimately, at the end of the day, like just the injustice and what's been going on. Like I think he realizes that he and I think he's been on that like the shit wasn't right. And like I said, he's from Detroit, so all his people's around and where he from and everything. I mean he's from black culture. You know what I mean? So I just think that he was just paying homage as a whole and just being just respecting everything.
So, what about the second part of the question? What does it take away from the stance, I guess, right? That it was a white man that took the knee and not Dr. Dre, not Snoop, not Mary J, not K.Dot, not 50. Like, does that take away from the meaning behind it, or that how strong that stance could have been? Or does it, or because he is the big superstar that he is it all the same?
I don't think none of them really need to take the knee, honestly, because I mean I think what they provided for black people and for hip hop within itself, what I'm saying. Like I think that they've done their part. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think Dr. Dre should need to be taking the knee. I don't. I mean he was with NWA, like Snoop within itself and what he's put on for the West for Long Beach. You know what I mean? For his particular culture, and for other people around him. Mary J, what she's brought to the East Coast for R&B, you know what I'm saying, for inspiring black women, men all across the world, you know what I'm saying, her music, her inspiring music. Um, like K.Dot, I mean, what he's doing now for the West Coast and for the conscious hip hop and for just for being that light. I don't think any of them really need to like bend the knee. You know what I'm saying? I think they do it every day. You know what I'm saying? And what they brought to the game of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? The outside things that they done. Um, but yeah, I mean, I guess I think with Eminem that particular situation, like I said, I think like he's just paying homage.
Okay. Hold up. Before you go, Brandon, I want to shout out my man Suge. That's Suge Knight 323. Yo, follow my man on
What up?
Twitter. Suge
Sure.
is one of the he first of all, he's a great dude. He's funny as hell. He's one of the biggest supporters and loyal folks that I know in this short time that I've got to kick it with him. Last weekend we kicked it together on Ring Kings podcast. Make sure you guys go subscribe there along with Lunch Break Hot Take. And we did our boxing top 25 and we had a blast. We was on there for like 3 hours. So shout out to Suge. Give my man a follow on Twitter while you're at it. So B, same
Yo,
question, man. Like, what you think about M taking the knee? And is the stance as strong with it being a white guy doing it versus one of the other people that was on stage with him?
I'll be honest with you. Like I don't know how I missed it when I was actually watching it because I was probably like just like yo innocent Pac on the screen and jumping up like dancing like a fool. But as I was watching it, I guess I missed him kneeling. So I didn't actually notice until after the fact, and I started reading everybody's reaction online. And at first it was like okay, the NFL told him not to do it, and he did it anyway. And that I give him a thumbs up to. I give him a cookie. I mean, I don't think it pushes the movement further, but if they actually indeed told him don't kneel, then F that, man. Like, it is um we all know why it's symbolic in nature, and we know what it stands for. It's not on no bullshit or anything like that. So for him to do that, if they told him not to do it, yeah, I give him kudos. Now, is it a stronger statement because he's white? No. But if you know racism is going to end, which I personally don't think it can ever be completely eradicated, similarly to the COVID-19 virus. But
Hey, bro.
I don't think it could be eradicated because it stems from hate, which is like, I mean, not to get too deep on, or try to seem like it's too deep, but that's like natural human emotion. Like there's always going to be hate, jealousy, whatever. If it's not by race, it's going to be, it's by class. If it's not, it's going to be something. Something at all points is going to separate humans. That's what I believe. Um, because it's just human nature, I I think it's there. So I don't think it's I don't know. I don't think what he did is like going to push the movement further. Like, yeah, Eminem did it, and now 20% more white people in America say that they are, you know, supporting black folks. Like it's not gonna do nothing like that. I think it was just kind of like a fuck you to anybody who thinks that kneeling shouldn't be done, Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'll say this, even with the Black Lives Matter movement, Mike, you and I, the Black Lives Matter rallies that we went to in Colombia, it was mostly white people there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Screaming out Black Lives Matter and all that. So, look, we're humans first before anything. You know what I'm saying? But, in the world that we are in, that we've been in, with racism and all that, you're gonna need allies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's gonna come a point where we just all separate. All black folks go to this continent, all white folks you over here, Hispanics you stay down there. It's not that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. We gotta learn how to live with each other. So
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, listen, I agree with you. If they told him not to do it, which I'm gonna believe that over the NFL statement today, where they said they knew it was gonna
I
happen.
believe both statements. I believe both statements.
I
I
think
believe
they
they
knew
told
it
him
was
not
gonna.
to do it. He did it, and then to prevent it from becoming a bigger story, they come out and
Yeah.
say, "Oh, we knew it was going to happen. We
Yeah.
knew it was going to happen."
And we didn't try to stop him. Also, the rumor is that they told Dre not to say any anti-police lyrics, and he did it anyway as well. So
I
I
didn't catch
also,
that.
yeah,
He said, "Fuck the police."
he no and one of the songs he performed, there's a line where it says it's something. Quan, you probably know it. You're the human lyric master or whatever, but the word is that they told him not to say that particular line, and he did it anyway. So those are the two statements that were made on that platform. I don't have a problem with him doing it. I think it shows solidarity. I think more now. I think there's more people now that understand what Colin Kaepernick was trying to prove in doing it. Um, I think more people now see that it's not so much. It wasn't a knock at the armed services or anything like that. Um, so I don't have a problem with him taking that stance.
I don't
Does
know
it?
why anybody would, but go
No,
ahead.
I mean, no, I think there's some. Well, I think there's a group of folks that would have rather seen or thought that it would have made a stronger stance if it was an African American man that did it. You're always gonna get that. But I agree with you also, like, in order for it to be heard or understood, like you got to have our allies and people that want to hear your side of it and why you feel the way that you feel. So,
Mhm.
you know, I I don't know. I'll leave it.
I'm with Jay at this point. Yo, it's time to move on. It's time to move on to whatever the next thing is. Not to say it's time to move on and forget everything, but
Right.
what's the next phase? We need to get past this. We don't need to get past the reasons for the kneeling, but we need to get past dwelling on kneeling. We need to get past dwelling on that shit. Who's kneeling and who ain't, and who wants us to and who don't. What's next?
Well said. We'll move on. We'll leave it at that and move on. So I want to get to Kimberly's comment. She said, "I like Mary J. She got good music. She's a queen of R&B." We kind of talked on Mary, but we kind of talked. We kind of joked about her set and saying that she might have been gassed. But I think Mary killed it as well.
What? Yes.
Oh
She
yeah.
killed
No
it.
question.
There were some people that questioned her doing the No More Pain song.
Oh,
They just felt like it wasn't, it didn't fit.
yeah.
It didn't fit, the moment. But I mean, she killed it, and that's one of her bigger. That's one of her bigger songs. Did Dre produce that?
Yeah, I thought I was under the impression that all the songs played were songs that Dre produced.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
That was my impression.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was thinking, but
I didn't fact check, but it was like, yo, whatever Dre produced, that was it.
I you know what? I mean that makes sense, obviously, but I don't know. There were people questioning her doing that song at that moment.
Man, you can't question Mary J. She one of the greatest performers of all time.
Yes, one of the greatest, one of the queens of R&B. Quite possibly the queen. You know what I mean? She's definitely the hip hop queen of R&B. So, Quan, what do you think about her set, man? Like, I mean, did you think that the no more drama, is it No More Drama? I think is the name of the song.
Yeah, well, actually, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis produced it.
Okay. So maybe that's why people were questioning why I was there. So what do you think about her doing that, her set in general, and then that song being a part of her set at the Super Bowl stage?
Like she was going into it with the the dancing and everything, and then I see why. I see why some people are kind of like
it slowed it down, right?
It slowed it down a little bit, but the part in that song is, if you understand the song, like that particular part is, it's like a build up. So that part I kind of see why she ended off with that, because maybe she needed to kind of just like get the explosion out or whatever, because she definitely she went into a whole nother, she went into like a rage. She went into like a Goku like Super Saiyan's rage. You know what I'm saying? Like toward the end of that. So I mean, I guess if that song particularly, you end out with her raging out. I mean, it was all right. I like.
Well, what was she supposed to play? My Life, Share My World. What?
Yeah,
I mean, shit.
Yeah.
She's Mary J. Blige.
I don't know.
That particular song at the when she goes off like that, it's a powerful moment in the song. So
hell yeah.
I see why they ended off with that part.
Yeah. What about you, B? I mean, you kind of
yeah.
Give your opinion.
I'm a big fan of Mary J. Mary J. We've had discussions where we talked about Mary J. and comparing her to Beyonce, and I choose Mary J. every time, man.
Be careful. We don't need the beehive.
Hey, bring it on. You know what I'm saying? You put on 411, that shut all that shit up. So anyway, I'm just joking with y'all. Don't bring that shit. I ain't got time.
I ain't got time.
Music,
I ain't got time for the energy. I will not respond. But no, Mary J. shit was dope, man. Come on now. No more drama. Did she pack? Come on, yo. And she was looking good in them short shorts and them high ass boots. Mary J. What is she, like 60 now?
She ain't
55, 54.
She probably 50. Everybody on the stage was 50, except K.Dot.
Well, I don't know if 50 was 50, but
50 about 48.
50 looked like he gained 50 pounds. all up in the
He
neck.
definitely, he de- he definitely did that. So Suge is from Cali, and he said growing up in the '90s, the halftime show was dope as fuck. Now, this is one thing that wouldn't have been a bad idea. I agree with Suge on this one. I'm not gonna lie. I wish the game had showed up and did a set. The game, the game is Cali too, man. And the game has some. He got some big time hits. Now, I don't know if they stand up to the people he was on this. I mean, who was on the stage. But
I got a
I,
question.
Not in total catalog, but
I got a question for that.
just grab two songs,
I got a question for that.
he can hang with it.
Now, I got a question for that. Could you have 50 in the game on the same plateau?
I mean, I
Are they
think for that,
beefing or something?
I don't.
Not only beefing, but I'm saying like this the history that they've had in the past. Like,
Yeah, they had issue, but I thought they squashed that, and even not like a moment like that. I think those are moments where
Yeah.
you put that to the side to to make something special happen and represent. And that would be representing for the city for on Games part. You know what I mean? So I agree with that shit. That's a good point. I wouldn't mind seeing the game. And by the way, Brandon, those were leggings under those boots.
Oh, they were leggings. Are you? I don't know. It looked like I saw some thigh meat from about the top of the thigh down to about halfway down. That looked like maybe some stockings or something.
Yeah, but I think they squashed it. I think they
Okay.
squashed their beat.
Yeah.
They squashed their beat. But listen, man, we can't end the show without really talking about these two dudes, man. Like, yo, Snoop is the smoothest, like crip walking motherfucker I know. Like, I'm willing to say, now listen, don't attack me, members
Here you go.
members of that life. But I'm willing to say Snoop is the best crip walker in the world.
Oh, come on,
I
man.
don't know
You've
about
only
that, bro.
seen Snoop.
Nah,
Crip walk.
I mean,
Like,
I seen Dub
wait.
C.
Have
you've seen
Corrupt?
maybe 10 people in your life that can actually
Corrupt.
crip walk.
Dub C? Come on, bro.
I see. Yeah, I said Dub.
Dub be going hard.
I
Okay,
said
that's two
Dub.
people you've seen.
Corrupt. Yo, but like, it's no one that does it more smooth than Snoop. Like, yo, that shit is super smooth, yo. Like,
Really a smooth
it
dude?
don't look like he's smooth, yo. Like,
I don't know, bro.
it's effortless, yo. He looks smooth. It's cool when
He's also
doing it.
high as shit.
I see my boy Yenny. I see my boy Yenny from Shaw U. I seen him get it in.
Okay.
I may put Yenny up there next to Snoop. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what they had us doing that handle, but it wasn't crip walking.
Suge said Exhibit. I seen Exhibit. I seen him walk. I mean, like, I'm not saying that there aren't, because I think Dub is the first one I seen spell something while he could walk with his feet.
Yeah, I got Dub. I got Dub over Snoop's.
Dub is
Dub's
hard.
crip walkers, yeah.
But
Dub walking is tough.
But if you did an overall score of a sea walk, like, it's probably not the best as in choreographed. Let's say that, right? If there's a such thing. But as far as smoothness and as far as execution, I don't think nobody out there seeing Snoop with it. That's just me.
I can't argue with you, man.
I don't know. I've seen some big dudes crip walk too. They've been nice with it.
But yeah, man, listen, these two, I think they killed it as well. I mean, yo, dope. Like, when I see this picture, it
Yeah,
like,
man.
it just makes me think of like
That's
this is
longevity,
this is Mount Rushmore of the West Coast. I mean, shit, hip hop. You know what I mean? But like, they killed it last night, man. They killed it.
You know who I would have loved to see up there, rest in peace? Nate Dogg, yo.
Nate. Yeah. I they I wanted to see the Ferb.
Yes, yeah.
Man, I love the Nas. I love Nas too.
Yeah, I agree, Shook. I would pay to see that. I would pay if
See
you put
crip
them
walk.
all on stage and see who and see the contest and see who did best. I would. Now and now this one, this I wanted to tell. I was just about to say that because you said you Nate Dogg was there. Kimberly says I remember Dr. Dre and Tupac singing California together back in the day. R.I.P. to him. Now there had been rumors that um that the Tupac hologram was going to make an appearance. So when he started to play on the piano,
You was looking for that.
yeah, I was like, yo, when he started to play the chords to that song, I'm like, oh shit, it's really gonna happen.
That would have been hard.
That would have been sick. That would have sent it. It would have been no question at that point that it was the best. It would be the best halftime show ever. It would be no question.
I would have seen how they like to put how they pull that off because like you would have to have like I would imagine the lights would have to be dark.
Yeah, they would have to shut it. Yeah. That's how they did it before. I think at Coachella. I think that was the first time they did it.
Mm-hmm.
And they even had it to where I think actually Snoop actually performed with the hologram. But like Snoop had to, he had to stay in one place while, it's dope how they do it. But they say to make that happen, like the shit costs like $1 million
Yeah,
to like to execute it. But that would have been sick. That would have been sick.
I don't care. Snoop is on Mount Rush. The raps Mount Rushmore, yo. I don't care. Yo, Snoop is like an
Yeah.
ambassador, yo.
I wouldn't argue. Like, I mean, some that say he's not cool, but I wouldn't argue with those that say he is. And for anybody that say Snoop is whack, like, yo, your hip hop and rap card should be revoked. That says that. if any for any of y'all that say that, that's just absolutely.
There's plenty of folks out there that think Snoop is whack.
I don't
They
get
think
it.
yeah. Well, I'll leave it at that. I don't even want to give her no more life than that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you. But Suge says, imagine being high as hell and then seeing Tupac show up. Yeah. Like, there's footage of the Tupac hologram. I think, like I said, I think it was a Coachella. There's footage of it. And even watching it, it was like, it was eerie. You know what I mean? Because the shit looked real as hell.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then after that has sparked a lot of talk that, of course, people see anything that's going to make money. So there was talk that, oh, yeah, they're going to start putting on hologram like concerts, like Michael Jackson in concert, but there's a hologram. Like there was people actually talking about actually trying to do this. So it may happen. You may
What happened
go
in the
to
metaverse?
Yeah,
For
there you
sure.
go. There you go.
Maybe.
But so before we end, guys, I just want, on this note, right? Any critiques of the show? Would you have changed anything? Any more last second ads? I know we threw a few out there. I know Suge said he would have liked to see the game. Brandon, you said Nate Dogg.
I would have liked to see Anderson .Paak perform a song, but he's not. Somehow he's still not big enough. I mean, what more does this dude have to do, yo? Dope as fuck. Got an album with Dre. Got an album with fucking Bruno Mars. Like, can I get a verse, nigga? God damn.
They would have put Bruno Mars on there before.
Yeah, put him on the drums, which I'm glad they did.
They would. I agree with you, Quan. Bruno is a bigger name. They'd have put Bruno before.
Oh yeah, okay, of course. But as you can see, Pac can hold his own.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
For those of you who don't know, I think I mentioned it on previous shows, but Anderson .Paak is, if not Brandon's favorite artist, he's one of them. And Brandon put me and Quan on Anderson .Paak. We got to see him perform live here in Maryland, and we paid like $20. And we walked out of that show saying, yo, this is the last time we're going to be able to see him for this amount of money.
Yep.
Cat is dope. And if you don't know about Anderson .Paak, I suggest you look him up and peep his old music. Start at the beginning, and you'll thank us later.
Go to Venice.
Yeah, start at Venice.
Yeah.
Venice, work your way up, yeah.
What about you, Quan? Any critiques to the show? Anything you would like to see happen?
No, if you're gonna do it in the West, maybe get some of the Bay rappers on there.
E40?
E40.
Oh yeah.
Keep the sneaks and be legit.
Now, if the 49ers, If the 49ers would have made it, you would have had to get 40. You had to get 40.
Yeah. You know, show some love to the Bay Area folks.
To that.
Yeah, but other than that, man, I think it was good. I don't really have any critique over it. Like I said, I think Dre and the West. Um, I think they did their thing, man. I think they represented. Suge, I like that. Yeah, actually, I like some of
Yeah.
YG's music. I don't know if he's that big yet to be performing at Super Bowl, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. That can
Now,
maybe happen in the future.
now that was dope. That not to cut you off, Corn, that the Rams did come out to nip.
That's what I was going to actually say too. Like RIP. You know what I mean? One of the gods. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah. If Nicola came out there, he would have rocked the joint.
Yeah, that I would say that, like, if I had a wish that I could make come true, it would be to see Nip on that stage. And I feel like Nip was just starting to be heard. Like, we knew him, but he was just starting to be, known and heard on a broader horizon. So he may have fit on that stage with them. And Jay took a liking to him. So, and if he's another cat that was Cali, that's Cali all the way. So I would say Nip. Otherwise, I have no critiques for the show. I'm gonna say it was the best one. It was the best one thus far. The best halftime show thus far. I don't know if y'all agree or disagree, but I'm just gonna say it was the best one.
Yeah, I think it was. I call it the hip hop show because it was straight. You know what I'm saying? It was straight hip hop. The hip hop halftime show. Like, to actually see those, like I said, the Avengers, or if some people don't like the Avengers, we'll just switch to the X-Men. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had the best of the best on stage. You know what I'm saying? Like, representing for for hip hop, and for that particular culture. So I don't have any issues with it. Next year they gotta come harder.
Where's it gonna be at? They announced where it's gonna be next year, and I forgot already. Damn, where they say it was gonna be next year?
I do want to ask y'all one question though.
What up?
What do you think the best commercial was?
I'll be honest. I wasn't really paying attention to the commercials, but the one that jumps out to me is that LeBron joint, the crypto.com joint, where LeBron was talking to high school LeBron.
Oh, that was a Super Bowl commercial. I saw that online today.
Yeah, that was my
dope.
favorite Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah,
like seeing that kind of hit me a little bit. Like, damn, like damn, like I you know what I'm saying? Like, what could I, you know what I mean? Like, talking to your 18-year-old self.
Yeah.
And like sitting down and then, like,
like, yo, am I gonna be ready? Am I ready?
Yeah,
like him asking himself, is he ready? Yeah, that was.
You could look at him. Yeah, you could look at the young one and tell, like I don't know, like, you know what I mean, kind of like, apprehension and kind of like scared of what was about to come to him.
Yeah.
And then you see the older LeBron, and he's like real calm, and he's that steady, you know what I mean, old bull, and he's just kind of relaxed, and just like, telling him, man, like, only if you want to make history, you have to take it upon yourself, take hold of it and do it yourself. So yeah, that was one of the commercials that stuck out to me.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people look forward to the commercials. I really wasn't paying attention. I'm not even gonna lie. I would look up, and that's one of them that I caught. And it just so happened that both of the crypto, no, one was they were both cryptocurrency based. The one that came through when they had the QR code bouncing around the screen.
Yeah.
And Kamisha was like, scan the code. And I'm like, won't you do it? And she was like, no. So I did it, and it was Coinbase. And then the LeBron one was crypto.com. So they both were dope, I feel like. But those are the two I paid the most attention to. Suge say, Quan, you speaking his language. He also says next year's Super Bowl is in Arizona. That's correct. And I think Vegas is coming up soon. If it's not the year after that, it's the year after that.
Hey,
So
Suge, I love the West, Suge. I speak that talk, Suge. I love it. I love the West, dog. Okay, back to what we was,
Shug, Shug says I get to talk to my 18-year-olds. If I get to talk to my 18-year-old self, don't let her come over. Trust me. You save yourself trouble.
Oh shit.
Well, fellas, that's our thoughts on the Super Bowl halftime show, Super Bowl 56. If we thought it was the best ever. It's went a lot longer than I thought. I thought we was gonna knock this out in 15 minutes, but you know how we do when we get to talking to each other. It just flows. So, in closing, Quan, what you got, B?
No, man, be blessed. Great halftime special, and we'll tune in for the next one.
Word. B, what you got, man?
None, man. Until next time, holla at your boy.
Holla at your boy. Yeah. So, yeah, in closing, man. Oh, one thing in closing that I want to do. I'm glad I thought about this. This is a not so shameless plug. Ain't nothing shameless about this. This is the podcast journal written by Chantel Shan Marshall. If you heard that name, Shan, one of the greatest podcasters, indie podcasters out there. She wrote a podcast journal book for all you new podcasters, all of us so-called vet podcasters. It's dope. I bought 2 of them. You go get 5 of them. But no, it's dope, man, and it's helpful, man. It's all listed in here. Your episode breakdowns, everything, man. It just helps you keep your episodes together, man. So get you one of these. Follow Shan on social media at who is Shan, I think. I think that's her
Yeah.
social media. I'll put it in the description below. But yeah.
Well, is she still on the She Gets It pod?
Yeah, She Gets It pod. Check this out, man. Shout out to her. I think that's dope. So yeah, man. Like I said, that's not
Shan be podding.
Shan be podding. That's
Go
right.
get that.
And there's no shame in that one. And yo, shout out to let's see who's still in here. Kimberly Harmon, appreciate you. Shug, appreciate you. These are folks that is a part of that LBHT crew, and they show love to everybody. So man, thank y'all for hanging in here with us.
Appreciate y'all.
We appreciate y'all, man, and I can't say enough about y'all, man. Just getting to kick it with y'all on Wednesdays. Like I said, Shug, we got to record together for the first time. I know that won't be the last time. Zay and B, I don't know if they still are here, but shout out to those brothers, man. Check out the LBHT show. Follow Rain King's podcast, man, if you about that boxing life. Like I said, Shug joined us last week. We did our top 25. We got a 5-part series on our top 25 boxers of all time. The shit is dope. Check it out. Yeah, I just got a private message from Brandon telling me to wrap it up. So that's what we about to do, man. Listen, we appreciate y'all. We out, man.
Peace.
Finally, we out. Peace.